Tomorrow never comes because it's always today. Your self-respect has to be stronger than your feelings. There will always be someone who doesn't see your worth. Don't let it be you. The truth is, everyone is going to hurt you. You just have to find the ones worth suffering for. The struggle you're in today is developing the strength you need for tomorrow. On a day when you don't come across any problems, you can be sure that you are traveling in the wrong path. Hard times will always reveal true friends. Stay calm. You've been through this before. You'll get through it again. A negative mind will never give you a positive life. When you build in silence, no one knows where to attack. Pain only leaves you when it teaches you something. Some lessons have to be learned twice. Being cool, calm, and collected in a stressful situation is extremely important. This does not mean that you need to suppress your emotions. Just don't let them get the better of you. The more you spend clinging to the past, the less likely your future will be any brighter. The things won't happen in a certain way just because you want them to happen that way. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. In the face of adversity, remember that diamonds are made under pressure. The most valuable things in life compound over a long period of time. People want you to succeed, but often no more than they want to succeed for themselves. Never complain of that, of which it is at all times in your power to rid yourself. Life will only come around once, so do whatever makes you happy. You can't do big things if you're distracted by small things. Striving for success without hard work is like trying to harvest where you haven't planted. Never force, don't beg, and don't chase. Being too nice breaks you. Trust yourself. You've survived a lot, and you'll survive whatever is coming. You grow mentally weak when your life is too comfortable. Holding grudges will never harm people you hate, only you. The real world is not fair, and it does not care about you. You are, in fact, capable of accomplishing anything, but it's not going to be easy. Luck comes to those who work hard. Good things do not come to those who wait. Don't make one person the center of all your happiness. Don't make them the reason why you are happy, because once that person walks away from your life, you're left with nothing. When you feel like giving up, remember why you held on for so long in the first place. Never put relationships before your goals. You may lose them both. You can fall in love more than once. You don't need to worry much when someone you love leaves you. Most of the time, it's for the good. Don't react in anger immediately. Wait for it to subside. What's said or done in anger is irreversible. Don't overshare. Privacy is power. Don't regret the past, because at that moment, you did your best. Focus on you. People come and go. If you don't control your mind, someone else will. Later often means never. Bad times are actually a boon because they wake you up to the good things you never paid attention to. Never try to gain somebody's sympathy. The people who care about you will be there for you when you need them. You don't need to show them that you are their best friend. Life has a way of working out, even when it seems impossible. You should never sacrifice what you could be for what you are. True growth is rarely accompanied by joy and celebration. You don't have to prove anything to anyone, including yourself. Pay close attention to those who say they love you, because so often they don't. They only use you. Trust in yourself and your first instinct on decisions. Lower your expectations. Having high expectations of yourself and of others is a recipe for chronic dissatisfaction in life. Be proud of how hard you are trying. Don't look back. You are not going that way. Don't depend too much on anyone in this world, because even your own shadow leaves you when you are in darkness. Your obsession with finding happiness is what prevents its attainment. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. Once someone has spent enough time cultivating bad habits and biding their time, they are much diminished. Much of what they could have been has dissipated. The more responsibility you take, the more you empower yourself to do something. Stop overestimating others and underestimating yourself. You give power to someone you blame for your problems. Knowing when to mind your own business and when to speak up is a life lesson that takes time. But once you know when to react or retract, life flows much more smoothly. You have to take chances sometimes, and although it can be scary and outside your comfort zone, you'll never know what could have been unless you go for it. Being true to yourself may lead to loneliness, but it's worth it. You will be pulled down out of jealousy. Don't get surprised. It's normal. It's scary when things change, but it's even scarier when they don't. Never let yourself become completely dependent on anyone. Always be able to support yourself financially, mentally, and physically. If you can go through life without experiencing pain, you probably haven't been born yet. A wise man can learn more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. We walk away from our dreams afraid we may fail, or worse yet, afraid we may succeed. You can't expect everyone to be good to you, and at the same time, you can't be good to everyone. Hatred is a curse that does not affect the hated. It only poisons the hater. Release a grudge as if it was poison. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. People change. Love hurts. Friends leave. Things go wrong. But remember that life goes on. Don't stick with bad friends just because you've known them for a long time. Be proud. You survived the days you thought you couldn't. Not everyone will like you. That's life. Stop telling people everything. Most people don't care, and some secretly want you to fail. Forget what hurts you, but never forget what it taught you. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. You need to learn how to select your thoughts just the same way you select your clothes every day. This is a power you can cultivate. If you want to control things in your life so badly, work on the mind. That's the only thing you should be trying to control. If you are in your 20s, many relationships will fail and not work, but function as learning exercises. Because of this, don't stress so much. It's all just practice until you're married. Your friends and family do not always know what is best for you. The greatest sin is to think of yourself as weak. Don't allow anyone to treat you badly just because you love them. Say no to your desire to be perfect. Otherwise, you won't be able to improve further. The regret of putting first those who don't put you first makes your life painful. Free yourself from society's advice. Most of them have no idea of what they're doing. First it hurts, then it makes you stronger. Normalize walking some paths alone because goals are personal. The more you give, the more you receive. The heart that shares is the heart that's full. Never overlook contempt. When someone views you with contempt and talks to you like you're beneath them, they will likely do you harm, whether relationally, socially, or physically. Remove that person from your life. Just let it be. If it's meant to be, it will happen. Your past was never a mistake if you learned from it. Once you feel someone avoids you, Never disturb them again. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Some things are meant to cross your way, but are not meant to stay. You don't realize the true value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Emotion, which is suffering, ceases to be suffering as soon as we form a clear and precise picture of it. People's actions tell the truth about them, not their words. Real growth is when you start checking and correcting yourself. Instead of blaming others, you take your power back by being responsible for your life. If you can't understand why someone is doing something, look at the consequences of their actions, whatever they might be, and then infer the motivations from their consequences. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that is changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. It is our attitude at the beginning of a difficult task which, more than anything else, will affect its successful outcome. No matter what good you do to people, they will only remember your mistakes. In every situation, life is asking us a question, and our actions are the answer. Our job is simply to answer well. You have succeeded in life when all you want is only what you need. If nobody helps you, do it alone. Be kind, but don't let people use you. Just because you are going through hell right now doesn't mean you will never smile again. Pain is purely temporary. You spend all your health initially for wealth, and then you spend all your wealth for one day of good health. When you are angry, stay silent. You meet every single person for a reason. You will have to make very practical decisions about what you want from life and what you're willing to give up. And if you don't make them, then life will make them for you. Changes happen when we go against everything we're used to doing. Failure shows us the way by showing us what isn't the way. It's normal to feel bad after making the right decision. No matter how nice and friendly you are, some people will dislike you, no matter what you do. Don't waste your time on them. The more you are interested in others, the more interesting they find you. To be interesting, be interested. If you are not falling down occasionally, you are just coasting. The magic you are looking for is in the work you are avoiding. You must discipline yourself carefully. You must keep the promises you make to yourself and reward yourself so that you can trust and motivate yourself. Our lives are defined by opportunities, even the ones we miss. Learn to say no without explaining yourself. Loneliness is the price you pay when you start to improve yourself. Hiding from your problems won't make them disappear. Facing them is the only way to grow. Regrets can linger for a lifetime if you don't learn to forgive yourself and others. Time spent comparing yourself to others is time spent on wasteful thoughts. People will often take advantage of your kindness if you let them. Problems are rarely as bad as we think, or rather, they are precisely as bad as we think. Time never waits. It only urges you to catch up or get left behind. No relationship is worth damaging your mental health. Depend on yourself, never on others. Being alone is more at peace than being surrounded by people who make you feel alone. The only failure is not trying. The only rejection is not asking. The only mistake is not risking anything. If you can't say no, then your yes means nothing. As long as you are alive, no obstacle is permanent. You learn nothing from life if you think you're right all the time. Stay patient. The best things happen unexpectedly. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. Bad days give experience. Worst days give lessons. And best days give memories. The calmer you are, the clearer you think. Be yourself. People don't have to like you, and you don't have to care. You can't make someone love you by giving them more of what they already don't appreciate. Most of the time, you have to swallow the pain and learn to grow up by yourself. You cannot be everywhere and have everything. Learn to make the right choices and commit to things that matter most. Money doesn't guarantee happiness, but poverty can bring significant challenges. Everything you need will come to you at the perfect time. You came into this huge world alone and will go out of it alone. Hence, can make any impossible thing possible by yourself only. If you punish the truth, expect to be lied to. Have at least one person in your life who gives you honest opinions. It is good to be generous, benign, and magnanimous, but there's a limit, or you'll be taken for granted. Holding on to things will always make you more stressed. It is during the worst times of your life that you will get to see the true colors of the people who say they care for you. If you never heal from what hurt you, you'll bleed on people who didn't cut you. Never expect and never put too much trust in anyone. If you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit. Do not let the shadows of your past darken the doorstep of your future. See people for who they are, not who you need them to be. Never jump to conclusions. Be discerning and let people show you their true colors. Never overlook contempt. When someone views you with contempt and talks to you like you're beneath them, they will likely do you harm, whether relationally, socially, or physically. Remove that person from your life. Never lend money, because you might lend it to friends for a few days, but retrieve it from fools for years. Don't overshare. Privacy is power. Take care of your body. Remember, health is another form of wealth. If you can make a girl laugh, you can make her do anything. The big secret in life is that there is no big secret. Whatever your goal, you can get there if you're willing to work. If you do not make yourself indispensable, you will be unemployed soon. You are the average of your 5 closest friends. If people treat you like an option, leave them like a choice. Money isn't everything in life, but it can help you solve a lot of problems. No matter how smart, successful, and good-looking you are, nobody likes arrogance. Humility is everything. Don't regret having a good heart. All good things come back and multiply. You can tell more about a person by what he says about others than you can by what others say about him. Your heart will tell you where to go. Your head will guide you there safely. Use one without the other, and you'll get lost. You must determine where you are going in your life, because you cannot get there unless you move in that direction. Random wandering will not move you forward. It will instead disappoint and frustrate you, and make you anxious and unhappy and hard to get along with. Dreams without goals are just dreams. The second you feel like you're hanging on by a thread, let go. You shouldn't be holding on to something that makes you feel that way in the first place. The truth is, the bad things don't affect us as profoundly as we expect them to. That's true of good things too. We adapt very quickly to either. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Our wounds are often the openings into the best and most beautiful part of us. Usually, people only want to hear the good, not the bad. So if you have issues, it'll be hard to find people to confide in. Numbing the pain for a while will make it worse when you finally feel it. When a defining moment comes along, you can do one of two things: define the moment, or let the moment define you. Stay away from narcissists. They don't play by any rules. They will suck the life out of you slowly. Time defines you. You will not be defined well by anything other than time. Time is the most powerful force. How hard you fight, it will do what it wants to. Learn from what people do, not from what they tell you. Seek respect, not attention. It lasts longer. No matter how hard the past, you can always begin again. Remember, some things have to end for better things to begin. Accept criticism, but never accept disrespect. Never give up on something you really want. It's difficult to wait, but it's more difficult to regret. Sometimes, the things that break your heart end up fixing your vision. Don't get bogged down in regrets. No one is perfect. Don't chase happiness. Just stay positive, and you will experience joy. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. You can't be happy with someone else if you aren't happy with yourself. Be not afraid of life. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. Holding grudges will never harm people you hate, only you. There is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve: the fear of failure. Work at your job and make a living. Work on yourself and make a fortune. At your lowest, you realize a lot. Remember, some of the best times of your life haven't even happened yet. This is your world. Shape it, or someone else will. Bad habits are like a comfortable bed, easy to get into, but hard to get out of. What other people think of you is none of your business. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending.